Up, everybody? Welcome back to It's Frost Last War. It's me, Frostbite. Look, I just wanted to kind of make a video today and figured I'd start off with a question. You ever logged in, collected rewards, trained some troops, maybe hit a few zombies, then logged off and kind of sat back wondering, like, did you actually accomplish anything? Maybe you don't, maybe you do. But if that's you, I think today's video is gonna help you out a whole lot. A lot of people download this game, and they play it casually, and if that's how you want to play it, that's fine. A lot of people get upset because people take the game too serious or whatever. Um, my viewpoint on this game is very simple. It's a very complex game. If you downloaded this game just to click on some things or whatever, log in, do that, log out, but don't be, offended if you don't get accepted into alliances or you get kicked out of alliances and all this other stuff. I mean, the reality of it is, it's not that we're taking it too serious or whatever. That's just the game that you're playing. And I'm a gamer, so I like to play the games and do that. So, just kind of keep that in mind. If what I'm about to show you in this video, playing with purpose, and that's what we're going to call it, playing with purpose, avoiding the one mistake that I feel like so many players make, which is getting on, clicking things, not really taking time to understand what they're doing, and that's kind of where we're at. But if you're actually wanting to take this game serious and you downloaded this game because you want to play the game, this is the game. It is structured chaos, organizations, alliances. I mean, it's a war game. If all you want to do is click buttons, you can go to do something like, Candy Crush, something like that, fills time. Or you can just be content doing what you're doing and ignore everything else. But let's get into this day's video. It's called Playing with Purpose. Essentially, what I want to talk about today is when you log in, we need to have a plan. We're going to log in and we're going to actually accomplish something. The very first thing that I recommend you do, especially if you're in a good alliance, is as soon as you log in at the bottom right here, you want to click and you want to go to your alliance tab and you want to check your announcements. This is extremely important because ignore what I am doing, do not reinforce level 1 strongholds. So let's say I did not read this announcements and I got on and I seen Gibber out there doing something and I was like, all right, cool, I'm fixing to go over there and do whatever he's working on. Well, he may be doing something that we don't even need to be doing at the time, and I could be focused on other things. So that's why we make announcements, and then we have other announcements. Make sure we're saving this, make sure we're doing that. Like, if you will read your announcements, it'll give you an idea of what we've got going on for the day. The second thing that I like to do every time that I log on is come right over here to this little clock. I like to click on the clock, and it lets me know what we're doing for the day. For example, we've got Alliance Train that's active right now. We have Desert Storm. Today we have our Marshal's Guard at reset, and we have Winter Battlefield tomorrow. It's a super fun little event, great for getting little honor points and things like that. So we have that also. So that lets me know that one, it kind of plans my whole day out, because I know that, like, because we have Marshal's Guard specifically, I know that I need to try to be online around 10 minutes after reset, so that I can at least hit a couple of times. Even if I'm busy tonight, I can still do that, and we can, I can get my points and try to help my alliance out in some form or fashion. Desert Battlefield, this is something that I will actually set a timer for. If you click on this little calendar, you can set a reminder because I am actually selected to battle, so I would want to make sure that I'm doing all that. Now notice that I've done all these things and I haven't actually done anything yet, right? So, and that's okay, because a lot of times you get on and you just start clicking buttons and you do this and you do that, and you start running rallies and you start collecting. Well, there's stages in this, and you need to make sure that when you log on, you're actually being beneficial for what today's event is. So after I do that, I'm going to click on my VS tab. I'm going to go over here to weekly schedule. I'm going down here to total mobilization, and I'm looking at what's going to get me points today. Radar tasks, construction, research, and training speed ups, and increasing those metrics are all going to give me points for my VS today. The number one way that you can get points for VS today is by doing your training. Um, if you've been doing things correctly, you have trained as many troops as you possibly can throughout the week, and you've maximized that in every way. Now, what you want to do is the waterfall. My waterfall is a little messed up. As you see, I'm working on getting everything because I got my barracks up to 30, so I've still got to get this one up to 27, and then I will probably, I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to get one up to 24 or if I want to get both of them up to 27 and then do one. I'm still deciding how I want to do that, but essentially you're supposed to do a 30, a 27, a 24, and a 21. The reason why this is important, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'll burn some of these because I'll probably burn some of them anyway, so that I can kind of just fast track these. Y'all, I know these are spending gems. I save up gems for this day because it's a really good way to get points, and I'll use them from time to time. But essentially, if you've got all your troops trained, then you can actually train them at level 5 because it takes less time, right? Because I can train a whole set of 519 soldiers for 14 hours and 43 minutes versus if I were to do that, that's an extra 3 hours I have to wait. So I can train more to fill my grounds up faster. And then on Friday, I will actually upgrade those particular troops. So if you actually click on that and you click this little green arrow button, you can actually promote them to level 6, and it only takes 2 hours to promote versus 18 to 20 hours. So same thing, I'm going to go there for 7. And then because my tier's kind of jacked up right now, I have a 8 hour and 40 minute gap right here to train up to my T10s. But if you notice that I actually got points for what I just did. So now, granted, I've already, got my chest for today and all that, but I'm going to make sure that what I'm doing is going to actually solve something. Now, after I do that, I can go ahead and collect my resources, and then because we're in season play, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to check my season, and I'm just going to make sure that there's nothing that I've missed on anything that could potentially give me points. I'm going to go right here to my battle pass. I'm going to click, I've done all of my daily tasks. I'm going to go to my secret weapon. I've done all of my daily tasks. So I know that there's nothing that I can do right here that's really going to be beneficial. I can go right here and check, and I'm about 45 minutes away from my next virus increase, my resistance increase, and then I can actually run some extra zombies. But notice that I'm not just going to go here and start burning through stamina. All right, I'm just not. I'm gonna check all of my little things, and I'm just gonna kind of see where I'm sitting at, and I can do these little tedious type tasks. And I know that a lot of you are like, why in the world does he have all of this gear? But it's because I basically put all of my gear on my main, so I would just kind of go in and just kind of fill the rest of this back up. But that's the reason why all my gear was just kind of off. But anyways, once I get that done, I can check my events tab, and this is a very important thing that you want to keep an eye on, which is your arms race. Arms race is an extremely important thing that you can do every day. Now you see that I've already maxed all of these out for my training of the troops, so I've only got one more set of arms race. Now some arms race are a lot easier to do than others, and as you see, they have this new feature to where you can kind of like instantly change which one you're on. So I'm not going to use this right now because I might need it later, but essentially, let's say that I'm on and I already know that my schedule for today is really packed, and I want to go ahead and get this gold chest. Okay, I can actually click right here and I can confirm and change this instantly, and I will automatically be at hero advancement. And that's an easy way. I could spend 30, you can actually take 30 recruitment tickets, and you can max out, your points to be able to get the next set during those time frames. So, I mean, like learning these little things is very beneficial. But make sure you keep an eye on arms race. You don't have to try to go for the top. I mean, obviously, if you get to or whatever, and you're kind of close to top or you win, it's great. But the key thing is opening those chests and getting those rewards. And then you just kind of go through and check. I've already completed General's Trial. I've already done my wanted boss for today. Did okay. Missile is always my weakest because I don't have anything on my missile heroes. They look good on paper, but they're still very weak because of their skills. And then once I've done that, I have essentially checked most everything. I'm going to check here and I'm going to get any gifts, and then I'm going to go to my alliance text and I am going to donate. Now, I told you I like to donate up to 50. I try not to donate much more than that just because, I mean, you're just spending gems at that point. And then that's essentially what I'm doing for the day. You can check, see who's online, and you can actually kind of coordinate. Okay, now I can do some rallies. In the season play, you can actually get on here and do other things. I'm going to do a season video because I know a lot of people are needing that. But just so you know, over here, there's other things that you're going to need to do. If you click right here, you've got your secret task. I've already done my secret task for the day, but as you can see, I've assisted my allies, so I've done that. There's no other task that anybody's highlighted. So one of the things I've got to do still today is I've got to plunder my other servers, and then I also have to do my trucks. So I can kind of look through and just see if there's anything interesting. This is actually it's not a terrible truck. Um, so I can actually go over and I may just take a little bit of this time to hit this truck, see if I can get it. So uh, gonna try for that cheese just because I don't want to waste it. Maybe I'll get the other deco box. I did. I got everything I wanted. So now I can actually, technically I could actually scroll up right here, kind of go up to where all of the actual players are playing right now. And I could actually start looking for gold plundering task. And just kind of scroll through for a second. But essentially, this is what you want to do. You don't want to plunder inside of your server, but you just want to click that and you get up to 5 of those. I'll do this later for the sake of the time of the video, but those are things that you want to make sure you're doing. Also on the trucks, if you go down here where it says your truck, you can do that. I've already dispatched my trucks and collected them for the day. We got our train and everything going right now. So what we're looking at essentially is just, this is how you play with purpose. Now, once you've done everything, you've checked all of your boxes, you've done your speed ups or anything that you're going to use. At that point, if you want to run some rallies or whatever, if you want to burn some time, if you want to go to the chat rooms and you just want to start chatting around and everything, you can actually do all of those different things. It really just depends on how you want to play. You can go here and you can actually you can go gather if you want to just gather, and how and I always recommend, like, say I want to just go chat, so I may actually come over here and I may find a place to gather, send my Loki over there, let him start collecting gold, and I might send all my other ones over there just to do that, and then I might just come to the chat room and just start chatting around and having a good time, whatever. Or I might actually decide I want to run a zombie. So, I may kill a couple of zombies, but I try to save my stamina. Right now, I have an okay amount, but I definitely try to save that as much as possible. I don't see a whole lot of added benefits. I am a pretty active player, and I usually get a lot of skill medals, a lot of resources and stuff. Even doing very minimum on the zombie grinding phase, I would much rather go and attack bases and things like that than I would on that. But yeah, essentially that is what we mean by playing with purpose. So anytime that you're online and you're doing all this, whether you're spending money, whether you're playing, you're doing this, or you're doing it for free, I recommend that you kind of follow a structure of some sort. Know that I do have my arena, all three of those. Again, I let this kind of build up. I'll wait till closer to the end of the day, typically within an hour or so of before reset. I always have at least a moment that I can go in and I can just start kind of clearing those out. Um, if I see myself get like really high, a lot of times I'll come in and I'll do 5 just to kind of stay closer to the top. But it really doesn't matter how you do that as long as you don't forget it. But definitely don't forget it. Another thing you can look at is these main and daily tasks. These are your chest over here. I do not do every single one of these every day. A lot of people do. If that's you, that's fine. Probably should get those extra little 5 to 10,000. I feel like that's really insignificant to do that. I open these chests, and then I typically don't care much about it after that. Um, and that's just how I play. But outside of that, y'all, the last thing I want to talk about is before you log off, especially if you know this is the last time you're probably going to get to play for the day, go to this VS tab one more time, go back to weekly schedule, and click on tomorrow. Figure out what it is that you're doing. Obviously, perform UR secret tasks, truck tasks. I know that's a given, and then pretty much everything else is just fighting. But if let's just say that it was Monday and I clicked on day 2, I would look at this and I'd be like, all right, I've got building power day, so I might actually need to start some build. So since I have a construction queue available, and you notice like I've got a present over here I've not popped and everything, but I might actually want to start a new update or upgrade so that can be building. So but those are the type of things you're wanting to do. What am I going to need for tomorrow? In this case, for me, I know that I've got to get on here and I've still got to try to upgrade as many of these as I can to T10s for Buster Day. I don't plan on going crazy for Buster Day, so I probably won't emphasize and spend everything I have to make sure these are all red, because I should be fine either way. But yeah, that's what we're looking at, y'all, is playing with purpose in every way that we possibly can. So tomorrow, later today, whenever you watch this video, before you touch a single button, before you do anything, stop, figure out what your goal is, what you're playing for, find a way to play with purpose for 1 week. Y'all, I promise you, give it 1 week of logging in and playing structured, playing with purpose, playing towards your goal, your game plan, all of that, and compare your progress. I'd almost guarantee you that you will have higher points, higher rewards than you would all of the countless hours you spend just grinding away doing absolutely worthless things. All right. Now, I'm going to let these build up the rest of the day, and then I'll do these closer to the end, and I will actually use all of the rest of these. But then I won't touch them because I won't need them again until probably Sunday. I usually do 6 a day no matter what. But just know that these are always going to be things. You see my task. I'm just clearing tasks. All these wonderful rewards that I just got just for doing those tasks. But yeah, play with purpose, y'all. And just make sure that whatever you're doing, it actually makes sense towards your goal. And outside of that, you already know. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, stay frosty.